Okay, we are shifting gears a little bit. We've been doing exponents, and we are going back to some graphing, just going back to some equation stuff. So we're going to work on what we call systems of equations. You know how you have a group of wolves, you call them a pack, or if you have a lot of cows, you call it a herd of cows. So when you have more than one equation, we call it a system. So we are going to be dealing with two equations, so we call them systems of equations. A linear equation is an equation you can graph. And it will graph with a straight line. So let's just review how we graph a line. We have our slope, and then we have our b, which is always where we start. We go up and down to start. So that's a positive 2. So I'm going to put a 2 on the y-line. I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, run to the right 1, and I'm going to graph my line. That's that line. So this linear equation looks like this line when we put it on a graph. We're going to do the same thing with the other one here. I'm going to start at positive 3 on the y-line. 1, 2, 3. And then you have two choices here. Because it's a negative, you can either rise 1 and go backwards 2, or go down 1 and forward 2. Either way, it makes the same line. So when I put two linear equations together, it's what we call a systems of equations. I just explained that. And these are just two examples. I can have y equals, or I can have this, as long as they make two equations. So a solution or answer to a systems of equation is where the two lines, we can either say touch or intersect when graphed. And I will explain that in just a second. A solution to a systems of equation is a coordinate, remember our x and our y, that makes both equations true. So all that is saying is I have these two lines. I have my purple line here, and I have my red line right here. Where those two lines cross, they cross right here. That's the solution to that equation. So the solution to this equation, I can just count 1, 2, 3. So I went negative 3 to the x. 1, 2, 3. I went up 3. So the solution is negative 3, 3. It's just where two lines cross. It's nothing fancy. So we got our purple line here, our red line here. Sorry, I'm not good at tracing it. They cross right here. So I went 1, 2. I did not write that very neat, but it's 2. And then I got to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 5. So the solution to these two lines is 2, 5. This one's a little bit weird. The purple line, we'll call this, it's the straight 0 line that it's on, the x line, and then our red one's right here. They're crossing right here. So I always go over first, and I'm going negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 6. I'm not going up off that line, so the solution to that one would be negative 6, 0. The solution or the answer to systems of equations, to two equations, is a coordinate. So I just showed you how to look at the graph and figure out the solution. Now I'm going to ask you a question. So my question is this coordinate right here, negative 2, negative 9, a solution? So I could graph these two lines, see if they cross at negative 2, negative 9, and that would tell me if that's where their answer really is. Or I can do it with math. I'm going to call that my x and that my y. I'm just going to rewrite this first equation. y equals 4x minus 1. Instead of a y, I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to use my y, negative 9. And instead of x, I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to use this negative 2, and I got to multiply it. So now I have negative 9 equals 4 times negative 2 minus 1. When you put that in your calculator, 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, minus 1 is negative 9. Negative 9 equals negative 9. That is true. I'm going to put a check by that. I love it. All right, so now we need to test this other line to see if it works. So it's y equals 2x minus 5. So I'm going to take out that y. Instead of y, I'm writing that same negative 9. Take out the x. Instead of x, I'm writing that same negative 2. Well, now I have, negative 9 equals 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, minus 5 is negative 9. Negative 9 equals negative 9. That is true. Since both of those are true, this is the solution. So if I graphed these two lines out, they would cross on the graph at negative 2, negative 9. Let's do the same thing with the next one. I've got my x and my y. I'm going to write my first equation. Instead of y, I'm going to erase that, and I'm going to write that negative 9. It just happens to be the same in both of them. Instead of the x, I'm going to write a 3. Negative 9 equals. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Okay, that one works. So let's try the next one. Y equals negative 2x plus 15. Instead of y, I write negative 9. Instead of x, I write 3. So I get negative 9 equals, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, plus 15, that's a positive 9. Negative 9 equals positive 9. That is not true. Lies, lies. So that one does not work. That means, is this a solution for both of these? Absolutely not. As soon as you get one no, you can stop. If our first one right here had not worked, I could just say no. You either have to have 2 checks or it doesn't work. So there are 3 kind of solutions we can have. We can have systems of equation that have one solution. And that's down here. When my lines cross, they get one answer. The lines cross one time. And your answer will be an XY coordinate. I can have what we call no solution. When I have no solution, it means the lines never touch. Lines that never touch, we call those parallel lines. And we use that solution, a 0 with a line through it. We also have what we call infinitely many solutions. And that's when I have a line, and then there's another line that is right on top of it. It's drawn on the same place. That means it's the same line forever and ever. It's the same line, and we use the sign for infinity. And we like to say infinitely many in a British accent, but that's another story. So take all these notes for me, and we will do some practice tomorrow. Thank you.